Welcome back. In the last video, Morph explained that there are many categories of technology, and the tools in each of these categories can be examined not only according to their category, but also according to the utility they have in each step of the lesson planning process. Because this is a lot of information, we are going to break it down into two videos. In this first of two videos, let's more formally introduce you to the 9 categories of technology. In the second video, we'll discuss events of instruction. All right, the 9 categories of technology come to us from educational technology experts Pittler, Hubble, and Kuhn. While you have already been told that it isn't necessary to memorize all these categories, we do want you to become very familiar with these categories so that you can understand one way of organizing the thousands and thousands of tools available in today's virtual educational world. All right, let me walk you through the categories one by one. It's a lot of information in today's lesson, so please feel free to pause the video, go back if necessary, and take notes. It's time to get serious. Category 1 should be pretty familiar to you. This category represents word processing applications, tools such as Google Docs and Microsoft Word. This category is probably pretty familiar to you. Word processing tools are pretty commonplace today and basically give teachers and students the opportunity to write in both linear and visual ways. Word cloud generators might be included in this group as well, and you might not be so familiar with them. Word cloud generators are tools that demonstrate text in an unusually visual way by taking the most common words in a text and giving them more visual prominence in color and size in comparison to the less common words in the same text. All right, so far, word processing and word cloud generators. That's our first category. Okay, let's move on. Category 2 houses organizing and brainstorming software. These tools can help teachers and students visually organize and display information such as clusters, brainstorms, Venn diagrams, you know, those visual supports that make sense of and organize texts. Such tools might include Webspiration, Inspiration, and Smart Tools. If you ever need to make a cool graphic that organizes things, shoot, let's do so now. Here's a graphic of 9 categories of tools. See that? These are colorful and visual displays of the information we are trying to share. Want to show how the water cycle works? Want to demonstrate Bloom's taxonomy of cognitive skills? Hey, here are some tools that can help you make information look really cool. Category 3 includes tools used for data collection and analysis. These might include online survey tools such as Google Forms and SurveyMonkey, and might involve polling software such as Poll Everywhere, or devices such as classroom clickers. The point of these tools is to improve your ability to gather and analyze information. You'll notice that the morphologist mentioned that these tools can be used just about anywhere in a lesson plan. In Category 4, we are introduced to a group of tools called communication and collaboration software. Skype, FaceTime, Type with Me, and even social media such as Facebook and Twitter could be included here. Learning management systems might also be included here since they help improve an instructor's ability to communicate and collaborate with students, especially if those learning management systems include tools such as discussion boards, live chats, and email. Category 5 is instructional media. This category includes media that was especially created for academic environments, such as videos or interactive software meant to teach a learner. BrainPop, Discovery Education Streaming, and Khan Academy are examples of instructional media. Many teachers use TEDx and TED Talks for instructional purposes as well. Category 6 presents tools for creation, multimedia creation. Multimedia creation means that teachers and/or students can combine videos, text, pictures, drawing, and graphs into a final product. This is often referred to as multimodal composition. Perhaps the easiest example of this is a PowerPoint presentation. But there are other ways to demonstrate student work. Many teachers and students use Prezi, Keynote, VoiceThread, iMovie, blogs, and vlogs. In Category 7, we are introduced to instructional interactives. Instructional interactives allow learners to play games or interact with instruction. In the mathematics world, for example, students can look at Mathboard to interact with word problems and create hypotheses. In the language learning world, Voxy, English Central, and Duolingo come to mind. These programs allow learners to practice language using all kinds of interactive games and activities. Category 8 demonstrates resources such as databases and reference resources. Online dictionaries, encyclopedias, and thesauruses are common. Wikipedia is perhaps the most famous, but don't forget Wolfram Alpha and Gapminder. There are also very useful teacher tools such as Rubistar that help teachers find rubrics of all kinds. That is a useful reference. Category 9, our last category, is kinesthetic technology. While this is still a new and emerging form of technology, it is one of the most exciting. These technologies allow students to move about and often consider the user's physical location and movements. Think of the Nintendo Wii or Xbox Kinect, but also tools such as GPS. Would you like to have a virtual tour guide take you around Paris as you learn French? Well then, there is a kinesthetic tech tool just for you. Okay, let's take a quick break before we move on to the next video. Before watching the next video, would you please take time to see how many of the 9 categories you can remember? Take time also to think of some tech tools you know and think in what category you might place that tool. If you're like me, you might find that you could place some tools in more than one place. Remember, these categories are just conventions, and the world of technology is constantly shifting and changing, which means that the categories might shift and change as well. See you in the next video, where we won't be thinking vertically anymore. We'll think horizontally.